All right, Nicole, we got to start it off with the Patriots. I think at the beginning of the year, we all expected, hey, it'd be a nice season if they could double their win total from last year and maybe compete for the wild card spot. Forget that, Nicole. Through 11 games, they're 9-2. They're the number 2 seed. They're 98% chance to make the playoffs. I think now we have to talk about the 1 seed, which is just mind-blowing to me, Nicole. Is this team an actual contender for the number 1 seed in the AFC?
Yeah, I think it's no question the Patriots are going to make the playoffs, and I think they do have a really good, clear path to the 1 seed in a first-round bye. The Patriots, just looking at their schedule, they still have to play the Ravens and the Bills. I would say those are their 2 toughest tests, but this weekend, Sunday against the Bengals, that was supposed to be one of the big tests, but with Joe Burrow and now potentially Jamar Chase facing a suspension, that test isn't really there either. So when you look at the other 2-win teams in the league, the Broncos and the Colts, they just from a schedule standpoint are going to have a tougher time than the Patriots.
Yeah, it is kind of shaping up to be a 3-horse race for the number 1 seed, and 2 of them are actual horses, and the Broncos and the Colts, and then the Patriots as well. I was looking at the schedules, Nicole, and yeah, the Patriots are still going to be racking up some wins. Our colleague Chad Finn has a column right now up on BostonGlobe.com this week about he thinks the Patriots might run the table and finish 15-2. I think they might trip up against that game at the Ravens is going to be difficult, and as you said, the game against the Ravens should be tricky, but the Patriots are looking like a 13-14 win team, and I don't know if the other teams really have what it takes to keep pace with the Patriots in the win column.
Totally. The Colts still have to play, I think, the Seahawks, Chiefs, and Niners. The Broncos have to play the Chiefs again. Yes, they just beat them, but a divisional opponent is always tough. And I believe they also have to play maybe the Chargers. So when you look at the Patriots division, I think it really benefits them that sort of Miami has fallen off and the Jets are just the disaster that they are. So that really gives them a cushion compared to, say, the AFC West. And even the AFC South outside of the Titans is shaping up to be more competitive this year.
Yeah, no question. That's a great point. The Colts, their remaining schedule, I think they have the 4th toughest schedule to finish out the season. No weeks off for them. You mentioned they have a huge showdown this Sunday at the Chiefs. They also have to play the Niners. They have to play Seattle. And then 2 each against the Texans and the Jaguars, their division rivals who are in the playoff hunt. So no breaks at all for the Colts. Now, the Broncos, who also have won a bunch of games in a row like the Patriots, their schedule is a little more accommodating. Their road schedule, at Vegas, at Washington, at Dallas. So the Broncos are a team that, probably are going to continue to rack up some wins. To me, that's what it's going to come down to, Patriots or Broncos for the 1 seed. Do you think it'll be tragic for the Patriots or a really big deal if they don't get the number 1 seed and have to play that first weekend?
I don't think so, especially with this team and sort of the lack of playoff experience in the locker room. They just have Milton Williams and Carlton Davis with sort of that playoff medal. Stephon Diggs as well, but I think it might benefit them to sort of get that first playoff win under their belt if they want to make a run. Whereas you look at the Lions, for example, last year they get the bye and then they lose in the divisional round. So I don't know if if the first round bye will make that big of a difference for them. I guess it would depend on maybe if they have some injuries or things like that. But I honestly could see benefit to playing that weekend or having it off.
I think this is a team that really could use it just to give them time to get healthy. And then, of course, you don't have to face like the Chiefs or the Bills in the first round. You can maybe hope for those teams to get knocked off. So it wouldn't be fatal if the Patriots have to play that opening weekend. But, man, I cannot believe, Nicole, that we were talking about the Patriots and the number 1 seed, and it feels very real.